Hello, welcome. This is the Not Just Real Estate Podcast. I am Tom McGivern. I'll be hosting the show here today without my partner, Colleen. I'm a licensed broker associate and equal housing broker. Today's topic is important. It's how to find a home in 2018. Now, I'm going to switch the format. On previous episodes, I usually break down the stuff into three segments. Today is strictly about, hey, how do I find a house in this market in 2018? If you want the latest update on the market, there were two ads, two articles in Newsday recently. I believe they're on Newsday, and one was from CNN, and they were both about home sales and prices being up, and where like prices are up, but inventory is down, and then also contracts are down. The homes that are going into contract right now are down. They've dipped. And then the interesting phenomenon of there's actually more. We've taken on more listings here on Long Island than we did like a year ago. So we're at an interesting point right now. There's the bottom line is there is a lack of inventory, but the good news is tonight I can give you some tips on how to find a home to buy in 2018. And it's not going to open houses that are on the MLS. I can tell you that right now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to talk to a real estate agent, an agent who is going to help you as a buyer's agent. I'm going to read you the New York State Agency Disclosure Form. This is a New York State form. It says on it, this is not a contract. It says New York State law requires real estate licensees who are acting as agents of buyers or sellers of property to advise the potential buyers or sellers with whom they work. All right? This is basically that form. This lets people know, hey, disclosure, I work for the seller, I work for the buyer, whatever. So on here it says a seller's agent. A seller's agent is an agent who is engaged by a seller to represent the seller's interests. Conversely, a buyer's agent, right, is an agent who is engaged by a buyer to represent the buyer's interests. Then there's what's called a broker's agent. Now, I'm not going to confuse you, but a broker agent is an agent that cooperates with the seller's agent and acts on behalf of the interests of the seller. So that's important to know. Who's representing you? How are you being represented? I'm not saying you can't go to a listing agent and buy a house. It's totally fine. They owe you fair and honest dealing. Then they're going to disclose all facts known to the property, material affecting the value, etc. They're going to deal with you in good faith. It's not a big deal. But if you want to find a house in this market and not be up against 10, 11, 12, 13 other offers or the buyers on any given house, you may want to look into and talk to an agent who will represent you as a buyer's agent. All right. So that's the first thing. Surprise, surprise, right? I'm a real estate agent telling you to go find a real estate agent. That's me, of course. Hopefully you listen to this, get some value out of it, and say, I'm going to call this guy Tom. At the end of the program, I'm going to give you a way to sign up for, to receive off-market listings, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about. The first thing you really want to look at is not the houses on MLS and not the houses that have open houses, and certainly not the houses that say no showings until the open house. That's a tactic that a lot of real estate agents are using at representing the seller's interests. And what they're doing is they're cramming people into a Saturday or a Sunday in a 2-hour time frame, create this huge buzz to get the most amount of money from the buyer. Now, conversely, if you hire an agent and they actually find you an off-market listing. What an off-market listing is simply a listing that is not on the market, but it's for sale. That's huge right there. Now you're still going to pay fair market value. You're still going to pay a good price. But here's the thing: you won't be up against 2, 3, 4, and 5 buyers with pre-approvals and offers on these Saturday and Sunday open houses. A lot of real estate agents that are listing houses are doing that. I see the benefit to the seller, but I don't see the overall win-win that sets up. It doesn't set up a win-win. It sets up a lot of people to be let down. And I kind of don't like that tactic. I do not list houses unless the seller tells me to. I don't like to list houses and then hold off all the showings until the open house. But I just, I don't agree with that. So, and I'm a great listing agent too, but I've sold my fair share of houses and listed them and sold them. But as a buyer, I don't want to be going to those open houses. So you want to find an agent who's going to find you off-market listings. Now, I have my way of doing that. Colleen does, okay? Our team does. Other agents out there do. I don't know what they do. I know what we do. And it's some, good old-fashioned techniques like door knocking and just getting out there, learning where you want to buy and finding someone who wants to sell. It's that easy. The second thing is exclusive listings, or what I like to call pre-market listings. Meaning, when an agent takes a listing, when I take a listing, it's usually an exclusive listing. Exclusive means it's going to be, for me, it just means it's going to be on our website, Elliman.com. I'm at Douglas Elliman now, and it's going to be there on Elliman.com or the company website. Then it's also going to go to currently Zillow.com. Those are the only two places that the exclusive listings, most companies, their exclusive listings only go there. The agent might post it on social media or something like that. But in general, an exclusive listing is not on the MLS. So it doesn't go to Realtor.com. It doesn't go to Trulia.com. It doesn't go to the other subsequent .coms and isn't blasted everywhere, right? It's more of a private listing, okay? So when you hear exclusive, that's like private. Now, here's a tip. If you're on Zillow and you see you'll see the description, but if you click on more, see more, it'll drop down, right? And you'll have stuff that says bathrooms, square footage, et cetera, et cetera. You just keep going down. You're going to see what's called an ML number or an MLS number, okay? Multiple listing. If it starts with an asterisk, that's an exclusive listing, okay? You may have a P in certain markets. I don't know what other states, but an asterisk or a P means that is a exclusive listing. That's this type of listing. That's a pre-market listing. It's not on the MLS. So those are good because they're going to be limited exposure to the market. They could still be hot. You could still go there. But instead of having 8, 9, 10 offers on a house, you may be only competing against 2 or 3. Now, as a seller, you might be listening to this and going, well, what's the benefit of an off-market listing or exclusive listing? There's several advantages. There's a disadvantage in terms of it. The only disadvantage really is exposure. But some people don't want 30, 40 people in their house. They don't want to have lots of appointments. They don't want to have people that don't have pre-approvals in their home. They just, it's your home. Not everybody wants massive exposure. They want a good exposure. They want, options. Options are always good, but they may not want the full exposure. So that's just a reason why I'm not here talking about selling a house right now. This is exclusively for buyers, how to find a house to buy in 2018. Okay, and then the third, right? So we have right now off-market listings. The second thing, and those are ones where you knock on the door, or I know of them. I might find them. They said, yes, we would sell, and this is our price and everything else. And then I show, we would make an appointment. We show it. They say, okay, great. You make an offer. Next thing you know, you're the only person in. You're getting the house without having to worry about or be involved in this stress of multiple offers and all that craziness that comes along with those Saturday and Sunday open houses. Now, the next thing is, of course, exclusive, little asterisks. If you're on Zillow, you see the asterisks. That means it's an exclusive listing, not yet on MLS. And then third, the for sale by owner. Okay. Now the for sale by owner, you might find them on forsaleby.owner.com, things like that. You can also find them now on Zillow. The challenge there is the for sale by owner is going to be trying to save on the commission. There's only 2 reasons people for sale by owner. and that is to save on a commission. Usually, there might be another reason, but that's the number one reason, to try and save on a commission. And then the second is they were listed with an agent. They got mad. They had a bad experience, and they've decided that they're going to try and sell it on their own. Could be a combination of the two, trying to save on a commission and also just fed up with a bad real estate agent. If you're a seller and that's you, listen. All I can say is everyone's had a bad haircut. Every person's had a bad haircut, but what do? You go back, you find another barber, right? It's the same thing, only on a bigger scale with regard to the money situation and the time it costs you and the stress and everything else. Although a bad haircut can be pretty stressful. Anyways, so the thing with the for sale by owner, the main challenge is they're trying to save on a commission. But here's the thing. They're trying to save on the commission, but they want to get paid the commission. So a lot of for sale by owners are overpriced. They're overpriced. They're overpriced. They're overpriced. They're overpriced. The second challenge is they're like lawyers, or they might be a doctor. They might be an administrative assistant. They might be a nurse. They might be a teacher, right? They work for the county for doing something. They're clerical. They're an accountant, right? They don't sell homes. And the person who has hires them, themselves to an attorney who hires himself has a fool for a client, right? You've heard that saying. An attorney who hires himself to represent himself has a fool for a client. All right, because you want to be outside the frame of a picture. If you have a picture on the wall and you're in the frame, like a for sale by owner is in the house, they're inside the frame. They don't step back and get perspective, so they can be challenging to deal with, emotionally involved and overly emotional. Whereas a broker, that's why you hire brokers to do things, because we tend to mellow everybody out and show people their options. You sit down, you have a conversation, and the real good real estate agents listen a lot, and they listen good, and then they can help people think things through, and not fight over a washer and dryer or a television. You just never know what you're going to get. So there's challenges to a for sale by owner, which a good agent, I'm all for helping somebody look at a for sale by owner, and if that's what you want to do, we can do that. So those are the three things you want to do. Off-market listings. You want an agent who's going to help you find off-market listings, an agent who's going to show you exclusive listings and pre-market listings. I encourage people to do my clients to do certain things when they're searching, and it seems to work pretty good. And for sale by owners. I discourage the open houses on Saturday and Sunday with 75 people inside them and your head spinning. That to me isn't fun. If I was trying to actually buy a home for my family and all that stuff, and I would not be bringing my kids out and just trouncing through a house and getting run over by like 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other people. If this sounds interesting to you and you want to get on or get in contact with me, all right, there's a couple of ways. First of all, you can call me, 631-831-9048. That is my cell, and then you can also text me on that number. You can also head over to tommcgivern.com/home-buyers. That's tommcgivern.com, TOMMCGIVERON.com, and that's tommcgivron.com/home-buyers. That link there, what you're going to be able to do is, there's a video there I think you can watch and then get a feel for what I do, and then you can simply sign up, and I will send you off-market deals. I just sent one tonight. Today is March 1st. I have a house in Center Reach that is off-market. Another agent in my office who I'm good friends with has it. He contacted me. He says, "Hey, Tom, I got a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, or 2-bath house in Center Reach for $355, $8,500 taxes, totally brand new, redone, mint, and it's not on the market yet, but we'll sell it." I sent that out. Another one in there was a bit house in Bayport. Our team took it. And my partner said, send it, tell anybody you know about it. It's $415,000, and it's in a great area in Bayport. It's a ranch with 3-bedroom, 2-bath, granite kitchen, and beautiful kitchen, central air conditioning. I mean, you can't go wrong for $415 in the location. It's gonna sell. Now, I sent that out tonight, and if you were on that list, you would get that. I also, 2 weeks ago, I sent out another one with like 3 properties in it. One was in Lake Grove for $299. Another house was, I think it was, is in Bohemia for $325. Right. So my point being, you head over to that TomMcGivern.com, and you'll get these houses that are not on MLS. They're not having open houses with 67 people walking through the door, and you can actually comfortably say, hey, I'd like to see that. You shoot me a text, and the next thing you know, you're going in and we're seeing a house. I think it's a good strategy. This is, again, Tom McGivern, and this is how to find a home to buy in 2018. A good strategy. All right, thanks for listening. If you have any questions, again, you can text me at 631-831-9048. If you're watching this video or listening to it on YouTube, you can subscribe and hit that button. I also have a playlist, and on that playlist right here, you can click on that, and you can hear some other past episodes of the Not Just Real Estate podcast. On behalf of me and Colleen, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.